Since Mario Party Jamboree came out, I felt like I should rank every Mario Party game from worst to best. I'm not including the Mario Party card game because those prices speak for themselves. So without further ado, let's get to it. I don't get how Nintendo calls this a Mario Party at all. Mario Party is supposed to be a fun multiplayer experience, but for this game, Nintendo just said, hey, let's design it just to be a single player experience. You can't play this with friends at all. I mean, you can, but it's nowhere near the fun and competitiveness you get from playing the console games. The multiplayer experience is what makes Mario Party a blast, and without that, the game just feels shitty. Also, the minigames just aren't that fun or memorable. In all Mario Parties, the minigames are where the excitement lies. You get that thrill of competition and the randomness that keep you on the edge of your seat. But for this game, the minigames are simple, short, and don't leave a lasting impression. They don't have the same variety or replay value you'd expect, making the gameplay feel more repetitive and unexciting. Then there's the gadgets, which are kind of gimmicky and feel like filler. Sure, they could be fun to mess around with for a minute or two, but they don't add any real depth into the game. They come across more like distractions than meaningful content. Lastly, the adventure mode itself feels very linear and repetitive. Instead of the traditional board game style, Mario Party Advance goes for a mission-based system where you're tasked with completing quests. This game just ain't satisfying or engaging. I bet people were expecting this one to be the lowest on the list, but the only reason I'm putting this higher is because the game has better multiplayer. Well, I say better when most of what this game offers is a snooze fest. You have 3 modes, Mario Party, Bowser Party, and Amiibo Party. But why are they from right to left instead of left to right? That just makes no sense to me. So the way this plays is that everyone moves around in the card, and you roll a dice block to move forward while collecting many stars. Bowser's also stuck in the gamepad and is unlocked from certain dice rolls. The person who breaks him free loses half their mini stars. There's no strategy for these boards, and while there are different routes to take, one player has to pick and the others just have to deal with it because you're all in the same car. Then there's Bowser Party. One player controls Bowser, who is OP as f***. He rolls several dice blocks and it's nearly impossible to win. Lastly, there's Amiibo Party, which kinda plays like normal Mario Party, but you need Amiibo to even play it at all. Here's the thing with this mode. There's no alternate routes and it just feels like a bland Monopoly board. The only thing that's worth playing this game at all are the mini-games. The base ones, yes. The Bowser ones, only if you're curious. This just feels like they tried to fix Mario Party 9 but on a handheld. All the 3DS Mario Parties shit the bed. This one I'd say shit the most. There's a nice selection of 7 boards to play on, but all these boards for some reason have different rules. It just makes them feel like different game modes that aren't worth playing. If you're ever playing a Mario Party that's that bad, it should be for the minigames because they're always great no matter how bad the Mario Party game is. Except for Advance. There's just no replay value from them at all. But besides that, I fall asleep from boredom just playing this game. But at least it has kind of more going for it. This was a great idea. Nintendo decided to grab 100 minigames from the past and combine them all together as a celebration. This game should have been a hit, but it wasn't, because all you do is play minigames. You can't even play actual Mario Party. Look, minigames are my favorite part of this series, but you can't just celebrate half a game and expect it to be good. You need boards to go with these minigames so it's more fun. Island Tour at least has boards, but they don't play normally, and like I said, I fall asleep just playing Island Tour. But here's my question, who was the developer of this game in the first place? This one's similar to Island Tour, but with less minigames and kinda better stuff to do. Toad Scramble is odd because everyone moves at the same time and you fight bosses to collect stars. For Coinathon, you race around the board while collecting the most coins and speedrunning minigames. Balloon Bash is similar to Toad Scramble because you move around the board the same way, but instead you collect star balloons. Mario Shovel just feels like a captain event from Mario Party 9 for some reason and is worse than the Amiibo Party from Mario Party 10. And Rhythm Recital should have just been its own minigame. People have really been hating all the new ideas Nintendo has tried for Mario Party in the 2010s. What people wanted and finally got, the original Mario Party formula. Kinda. I've enjoyed this game for a while back in middle school until realizing the major differences and flaws. Why are the stars only half the price? Why does everyone get coins from minigames even in last place? And why are the gold pipes so easy to obtain now? And then there's these side modes. Partner Party is like Toad Scramble from Mario Party Star Rush, and it's a team mode. River Survival is not bad, but it drags on for a while. And Soundstage is probably my favorite. You play minigames that require you to sync to the rhythm. Two more big issues with this game is that there's only 4 boards and a terrible online mode. The older games do a lot better than this. I haven't played the N64 parties till this year. You've all seen which one I find the best. I find this one to be the worst. There are more characters, a story mode while the other two don't, but for the boards, I don't really find them very memorable. There's also some dual boards which can only be played with 2 people and ain't got many games. You have to attack your opponent's heart gauge, which is okay for this mode. There's also great items and the minigames are still great as well. So for me, this is an okay Mario Party, but I think the first 2 did better. This was the first of the GameCube parties that I played, and is probably the least I like out of the bunch. It's still a great time though. The boards are great and there's the common selection of 6. What's strange about these boards is that the objective is different depending on if you're playing by yourself or with friends. Most of the minigames are great and there's even an 8-player mode where 2 people each share a controller. But this is also where things start to get stale. Like the NSMB series, they all look and play the same with not a lot of differences. 2 years later, we got a design refresh with Mario Party 8. From what I've heard and seen, this game really likes to throw his bullshit at you. Lose a minigame, everyone takes your coins. Same thing with a solo minigame. Ain't got coins when you talk to Bowser? Say bye-bye to your star. And the boards just hate you. And on top of that, there's chance time which could screw players over. You could go from first to last in a matter of seconds. This game's sadistic nature is what makes it a nightmare. Not that bad for this first GameCube entry. While this game may be slow-paced, there's a great selection of minigames and fun boards. They may all look the same, but they all play very differently. This is where the items got more interesting. I haven't used them all, but there are some that are pretty good, like the Mega Mushroom, which allows you to steal 10 coins from whoever you pass. And the Magic Lamp is the original gold pipe. You could just easily move right to the star space. But it's a total cost of 50 coins because you're paying 30 for the lamp and 20 for the star. There's also these gates that are kind of annoying on every board. You can't be normal sized or big because you have to use a mini mushroom just to get through them. This is also where Koopa Kid was introduced and is like a proto Bowser Jr. There also weren't many new spaces, but that's alright. Mario Party 4 is great for what it is. A little step up from Mario Party 4. This time there's a little more of a roster, and remember that little guy Koopa Kid? Now he's a playable character. And also DK was kicked out of the roster and was dedicated to his own space on the boards. There's only 1 per board and 1 of 3 events will happen, and I don't remember what they are. And speaking of boards, they're all dreams. Welcome to Dream Depot, aka f***ing Dreamland. A new thing they added to this game is tag names for characters if you're playing teams. And items are now capsules and are obtained for free but given randomly. It's nice that items are free, but I wish you were able to pick the one you want. And as usual, most of the minigames are great, so this has a little more going for it than Mario Party 4. Pretty sure most of us can agree that this is the best of the N64 parties. This has some better features to draw more attention. Depending on which board you play on, you'll have a specific costume that fits that board's theme. There's more routes to take than the first Mario Party, and the boards are still evil as well. This was also the first Mario Party to introduce items. There may not be a lot, but they're still fun to use and shake things up. The first Mario Party is still great, but I believe this one has more replay value. This game is one of my biggest guilty pleasures. I don't mind the car mechanic here because I grew up with this game and it has better stuff to do than Mario Party 10. Well, 10 has 5 boards, 9 has 7. And also the Bowser Party ain't here, so that's great. And while the items ain't so interesting because they're all just dice blocks, they may be needed in some situations. They really wanted to try something new, but it just didn't work for most people. The idea was to make the boards go by faster, but for most people it feels like they just last hella longer. There's a nice change to the roster, but I wish they would have kept Hammer Bro and Blooper from Mario Party 8. Again, the minigames are still great, but that's probably the only thing people would like about this. Definitely a better collection than the top 100. This is when Nintendo actually listened to what the fans wanted. The old board game formula returned. You got 5 of the N64 boards with amazing graphics for these returning boards. They also for some reason cut half the roster from Super Mario Party. They should have kept that in. There's this new space called a Lucky Space, but here's the thing with it. There's too many of them and they're way too generous. And you still get coins if you lose a minigame. And the Koopa Bank doesn't even help this issue because the deposit went from 5 to 3. But the game is still an awesome experience regardless. The best of the GameCube bunch. The game's biggest feature is the day and nighttime system. This not only changes how the board looks, but also how the board plays. Like for Fair Square, the price of the star is 20 in the day, but changes to 5, 10, 30, or 40 at night. And for Clockwork Castle, you move regularly in the day, but the direction is switched at night. There's also 3 solo boards to try out if you're curious. Also, this is the first Mario Party to include mic minigames. I never tried them because I don't have a GameCube mic. I know they're cheap, but I don't see much reason to buy one. The regular minigames are great as usual, and the orbs are still used. So if you're ever playing any of the GameCube Mario Parties, make this your first pick. This is the real Mario Party on the go. Fuck whatever these were. Mario Party DS gives you exactly what you want. An actual Mario Party experience on a handheld. You can even link up with other people for better multiplayer. The boards may have less spaces than other Mario Parties, but who cares because they actually work great. My favorite board was always DK's stone statue, and it was very similar to DK's treetop temple from Mario Party 8. And what's funny is that all these boards and minigames are based around you being tiny. In fact, the story mode is about Bowser shrinking everyone and they need to get back to their normal size. The items may not be as interesting, but it doesn't matter, because Mario Party DS is fantastic. Oh yeah! My god, this game is one hell of a fever dream. They grabbed Super Mario Party and made it completely f***ing better. The huge character roster with Pauline and Ninji, the amazing selection of boards, and the real online that everyone wanted. This game just has everything we've asked for, done, and fixed. It even brought back old boards that Superstars didn't, which are Mario's Rainbow Castle and Western Land from Mario Party 1 and 2. There's also an awesome selection of minigames. 112 is probably the most out of every Mario Party game out there. Even a lot of the items returned like the Dueling Glove, Bowser Phone, and Chomp Call. There's even a bunch of new items like the Swap Mirror, Cellular Shopping, and the Super Dueling Glove. There's even pro rules that add to the board to really change things up. There's even new modes like Toad's Item Factory, Rhythm Kitchen, which is just like Soundstage from the first Super Mario Party, Koopathon, which is like Coinathon from Mario Party Star Rush, and Bowser Kaboom Squad, which you have to team up with other players to take down Bowser. Boards are kind of slow paced like the GameCube parties, but that don't matter because this game is just mind blowing. Say what you want, but Mario Party 8 is like my child. I've been grinding on this game since middle school, and this is still my favorite Mario Party ever. The minigames are really memorable and use a mix of both regular and motion controls, which is really neat. For a lot of people, this might not be the best Mario Party to come back to because the boards are just okay. Besides one in particular, Koopa's Tycoon Town. The best, if not the best, board in all of Mario Party. This board is unlike any other board in the series. Instead of buying stars, you buy hotels. The more money you invest into a hotel, the more stars you gain. You want to plan out how much you invest because your hotel can easily be bought out by other players. The items are also candies to do some pretty great stuff. Side content is okay, but the real deal is in party mode. Man, this took a while to make, but there you have it, my ranking of every Mario Party. Let me know what your opinion is down in the comments, and with that, I'll catch you later. Peace.